Hey guys, what's up? This is Eric with Jim Andes again. Sitting here in front of my computer so that I can get some information that I found out today clarified and get it up there correctly so you guys can understand as well, because hey, every day we learn something new, right? And that's what it's all about. I was talking to some people that are trying to help me make this site work in Puerto Varas, and they were nice enough to spend a little bit of time with me today, and we made tentative plans for me to get back with them and do an interview so that we can see what's going on with them. And they offer tours and guides and that kind of stuff, so I want to make sure that if they're worth it, I recommend them to you, and then you can pay a decent price for something that's truly worth it. But while I was speaking to them, something interesting came up, which is about Patagonia. I was noticing that Patagonia is not what everybody thinks it really is, which is quite interesting to me, because it's interesting when there's a perception in the world of something and then we find out that due to a misunderstanding the perception becomes fact, and it's not always exactly like that. But that's human nature, and we don't mean to do it, it just happens. People take the most extreme of something, and that's what becomes the focal point of what something is, and the rest just gets forgotten. So we're going to try to clarify that a little bit today. I was talking to them about what is Patagonia, because I was talking to them about how the perception, especially in the States and I think in most of the world, in Europe and stuff, is that Patagonia is southern Chile or Argentina. And I mean southern, right? We're talking about real far south. And it's super dry, it's desert. There's not much there. In fact, when you look online, when I was looking on Wikipedia, when I was looking on Yahoo Answers, when I was looking in the definitions, the encyclopedias, trying to find a definition of what is Patagonia, I found that it said it's one of the driest areas of the world, and that most of the main rivers there don't even have running water the majority of the year. Which, that's pretty dry if you ask me. But I also noted that some of the facts that we know about Patagonia are true. There are a lot of rocky areas, there are a lot of cliffs, there are a lot of mountain ranges, where the mountain ranges start to dwindle off in the Andes. And there are a lot of volcanic formations, which make for good climbing, which make for good hiking, trekking, whatnot. And it's true, Patagonia is expensive. It's expensive to get down to the southern Patagonia, or into the heart, let's say, of Patagonia. But if you want to go to Patagonia, it doesn't have to be that expensive, because Patagonia is even more than what people say or what we sometimes have in our mind, which is pretty incredible to me. When I got here, I found out that Pueblo, which is about 2 hours driving or something, because the road isn't real well and it's kind of far south of where I'm at, was the northern portion of Patagonia, so I thought. And that was based on a map that somebody had put up on one of their lodges here in this area. But it turns out that Patagonia actually goes all the way up to Valdivia, that region, because it's based on the indigenous people, where they live, and the type of flora and fauna that you find. And even Volcan Villarrica is part of Patagonia, which all of that's in I think it's the 14th region now. Used to be the 9th region, but it got split like I said before, so now you have the 9th, 14th, and then 10th. So here in the 10th, we are in Patagonia, and therefore I really do live in Patagonia. Before I said I lived near Patagonia or in Patagonia because it was right on what I thought was the borderline of Patagonia. But now, it truly is Patagonia. So, on my site, on jimandes.com, I'm actually going to have a blog that's written, has a little bit of information, this excerpt from Wikipedia. Also, it has a map that shows you where it goes to and what's going on with it. Not only that, I've been trying to make things good for you guys. I went into Puerto Varas today, I spoke with a couple people, I spoke with a couple of shops that sell gear, so that I can have a full understanding of what's going on, so that if you get here, you've forgotten something, if you don't know where to go buy something that's broke, or if you just simply didn't know you needed it and you don't like to use rented gear, or you're going to do it many times, I can tell you, I can help you a little bit of where you can buy that stuff. I'm still working on some of the other stuff. I'm still working on like where you can sell used gear before you leave if you've used it a long time and you'd rather use that space to take souvenirs back, or if you're overweight and you want to get rid of some old gear for a little bit of cash so that you don't have to pay the overage fee. I'm also working on getting good details and reviews on lodging. Why? Because a lot of lodging says it's good. I've seen instances where they have photos from 15, 20 years ago of the cabin or of the lodge or the hostel even, and today it doesn't look quite the same as it did. Some people say it's like wine, it's better with age. That's not always the case. So try to get that taken care of for you guys as well. I'm also talking to a couple of people about going out with some of their excursions so I can take photos. I'm no professional photographer, but I do love photography, and so I'm taking photos of things. Trying to also find some local areas in the Puerto Montt, the Cochamo, Ensenada, Lake Yanquihue area where you can climb. And I'm finding that online there's a bunch of Chilean climbing sites, and that'll help you if you plan on spending time in different regions of Chile, not just this area, because there are so many areas where you can climb. I mean, this place is one rocky country, and with that you can kind of look around with what's going on, figure out what you want to do, and you have plenty of options. Believe me, even right here I found that there's a bunch, so I've got to convince my wife to let me get some climbing rope and some top belaying equipment and go climbing over there with her, if she'll let me. She controls the money, so it's just the way it goes. But I do what I can. Maybe if the site works out, if you help me, maybe I can actually afford to buy climbing equipment. She can't say much about it, but we'll see how that goes in the future. So keep stopping by, keep seeing what you can do to help out or what you can find. This information I really am trying to put up for free for you guys because I feel that it's important, it's needed. I missed out on it. I've seen a bunch of sites, and those sites are good, but it just lacks something, right? So also, one quick note, I'm actually looking for other lodging and things for the hiker, the trekker, or the adventurer who is really wanting to find something that's eco-friendly. There are a number here. A lot of foreigners have come, set up camps, set up businesses, and they're focused on that. So not only are you looking for something eco-friendly, but maybe you're looking for something that is actually comfortable or that is actually modern. There are those options as well. I'm trying to get you pricing. I'm trying to do reviews on those. Even if I don't stay in them, you can get a feel if you're there for a few minutes or an hour or two talking to the people. Going to try to get some interviews with some local people. Most of the people here in the tourism industry speak really good English, so I'll try to even do some video cast with maybe them, and then we can get it up. You can get to kind of know the people before you make a decision. Also, if you're coming to Chile in the near future, let's say a month or two, let me know. Send me an email at emcgrew, which is emcgrew@jimandes.com, or hit me up on Facebook or Twitter. Let me know who you're looking at as far as tourism companies or what kind of stuff you want to do. I need to look up the information anyway to get better prepared for you guys. Maybe I can help you out, and then maybe you can get a more first-hand account of how the people reacted. Because the internet says a lot, but the people don't always speak the same as the internet. You might be paying a lot of money for something that really isn't worth it. I'm never going to dog any of the companies on my blog or on the videocast. I just simply won't mention them if they're not very good. But if you ask me personally and I find that they're not the best option, I'll just put it politely and say you might want to look for somebody else. But we'll just keep going with all this and see how it goes. And don't forget that if you stop by my site, there are deals of the day, which I'm trying to do. There's also the photo of the day, which I'm trying to do. That doesn't mean the photo was taken that day. It just means that there's hopefully going to be a photo each day. And along with that, I'm trying to put up a video cast and a post in a lot of cases so that you have some links that you can focus on, and you can go from here and there and find out what's going on, not only with trying to remember or understand what I'm saying as far as names go. Because sometimes, especially in Spanish, the words, the names are kind of difficult to understand. As far as climbing stuff goes, I'm looking into specifically mountaineering, climbing, ice climbing, and canyoning, because there's some rappelling and things that I found out around here, and I'm trying to find out what the routes and what grade levels they are so I can put those up. Thing is, some of those terms are actually Chilean terms, which yes, they speak Spanish, but Chilean is a slang and dialect of its own, so I'm having to ask people and find out what's going on with them, and they're helping me out. People have been really nice. I have a feeling that Jimandes is going to be up for a while. So that'll even be more possible if you guys keep supporting me. Thanks. Hope this information was good for you guys, and talk to you soon. Bye.